And this one is actually a box of 5 different animal themed games. Each of these games is going to be focusing on a different type of animal, but each of these games are also strategy games. The first game offered in this box is called Tusk Tactics, and in this game the board is going to be set up with 2 different elephant families, with each player controlling one of those 2 colors, but the whole goal here is to split off your herd into as many stacks of elephants as possible, with your color elephant being on the top of the stack. The way the game works is that players are going to be taking turns moving one of their tokens or stacks in a straight line so that they always end their movement on top of another stack or token. Catch here is that the movement of your token or stack is equal to the height of it. So if you only have 1 token there, you can only move 1 space, but if you have 2, you can move 2 spaces, and so on and so forth. If you can't end any of your movements on top of another stack, then you can't make that movement, and the end of the game is triggered once there's no more valid movements to make. The player with the most stacks with their elephant on the top wins the game. The next game is called Bailing Bubbles, and I think this one is the one that I'm most interested out of the lot, because in this one each player is going to be playing as their own team of whales, and each player is going to have their own school of fish that they're trying to get into the center of the board first. The thing that makes this one interesting is that once you move one of your tokens in any direction that you want, it has to continue moving in that direction until it either hits the end of the board or until it hits another token. This means that players are going to be using their movements to slide both their whales as well as their fish tokens into new locations on the board, taking advantage of the tokens that have already been played there. On a player's turn, they can move any one of their tokens, including their fish token, and they can also move in any direction, including diagonally. The game just continues like this, with players taking turns making movements until one of the players is able to get their fish token into the center of the board, and then that player wins the game. The next game being offered is called Sealed Shores, and in this one you're going to have the board pre-set up with 2 different teams of sea lions, and then the goal of this one is to be the first player to fully surround one of your opponent's sea lions so that they're not able to move. On a turn, players must move a sea lion at least 1 space, and you can move any distance that you want, but you are blocked by other sea lions, including your own. Something that's interesting about this one is that you can move your sea lions on any of the lines outlined on the board, and although there is a main grid in the center of the board, along the edges this can actually allow you to circle around the island or even do a complete loop around the board. The first player to block in one of their opponent's sea lions wins the game. And the next game here is called Monkey Monarchs, and this is actually another one that I think looks super interesting. I'm not sure if I'd prefer this one or the whale one, but this one is definitely a contender. Because in this one, each player is going to be controlling their own team of monkeys, and you're going to have your male monkeys, your female monkeys, and your alpha male. And each player is going to be trying to either get their alpha male to the starting location of their opponent's alpha male first, or be the first to eliminate their opponent's monkeys. The way that you do all this is by just moving one of your monkeys 1 space on your turn. But what's really cool is the way that these monkeys attack, because anytime that you're able to get 2 monkeys surrounding one of your opponent's monkeys, that monkey will be eliminated from the game. But even cooler is that it's not limited to just 1 monkey. If you're able to surround 2 or even 3 of your opponent's monkeys in a row, then you'll eliminate all of those monkeys. But there is a catch here, because your female monkeys won't work with your female monkeys and your male monkeys won't work with your male monkeys, but any other combination will work, like having a male and a female, or having a male or a female paired with your alpha monkey. The first player to eliminate their player's monkeys or get their alpha male into their opponent's alpha male starting position wins the game. And the last game included in this box is called Mannequin Mates, and this is a game where each player is going to be controlling their own group of birds, and players are competing to be the first to connect 4 of their birds in any direction out on the board. On a turn, players will either be able to place a bird token anywhere out on the board, or instead they can move one of their bird tokens. The cool thing here is that you normally only get to move a bird token 1 space, but if the bird token is moving across a space that matches the color of that token, then you can actually move any distance that you want. And another really cool thing here is that each of these tokens are actually double-sided, with each side representing one of the 2 players. And if you're ever able to move your bird tokens so that they fully surround any amount of your opponent's bird tokens, as long as they're all in a connected single row, then you actually get to flip all your opponent's tokens to your side. This is very similar to the mechanism in the monkey game I just explained, but rather than eliminating those tokens, you're flipping them to your color, which could mean you winning the game if you're able to use that to get that 4th or even 3rd and 4th token into a row of your tokens. Some really unique and fun looking strategy games here, and they all feature some really nice artwork and themes, so if this one does look interesting to you, you can definitely check it out. I'll have it linked in the description below.